What's up, cyber world? It's your girl, Ash Brown, and this is Ash Brown Uncensored. On this program, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. So you got to stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so this has been looming for the last couple of weeks since it dropped. The Quiet on Set documentary about Nickelodeon and some of the just horrible things that happen on Nick's sets. And I want to just say 24 has been the year of the reveal. Okay? It's been the year. Everything is getting aired out. Everything is put onto the forefront exactly how it should be. And this documentary definitely hurt my heart to watch because I was a Nickelodeon kid. I was a kid that was just a lot of the program. And when all that started, oh my gosh, that was my jam. I never missed an episode. And to hear about some of the just poor treatment of some of the stars and the things that they went through, it hurt my heart. Because over everything, we as adults need to protect children. We need to protect children. And I just still can't wrap my brain around these parents that allowed whatever. These parents that were completely unaware of what was going on with their children or who was hanging with their kids. And protect children. Protect children. And I'm pretty sure that they reached out to Amanda Bynes. I remember Amanda Bynes as just this young, vibrant young lady who she had that electricity that commanded your attention to the screen. And I remember just finding joy in watching the show. I loved her on all that. And I loved her even more on the Amanda Show. And to get a whiff, because I'm sure that they didn't go into depth with her situation and how Dan Schneider affected her. But it alludes to a lot of things. And the number one thing is she was not protected. Her parents did not protect her. And that just burns me up inside. Children should be protected at all costs. And that industry, I can just tell you from the adult standpoint, as being an adult that dabbled in the industry early on, it was fun. However, if you weren't willing to do certain things, you were not going to get ahead. And that's just the way that it is. That's just what it is. Point blank, that's just what it is. It just really affected me. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, and you didn't know what was going to be said or what they were going to uncover. But the stuff that was uncovered in that documentary, you can't unsee it. Once you've seen something, once you've heard something that's striking, you can't pretend that it didn't happen. And if you do, you got to question yourself, why am I pretending it didn't happen? Why do I feel this way? At the end of all of this, I hope that it brought about awareness to parents, to adults, to anyone that sees something that is not right involving our children. Me, I don't have any biological children. I've got nieces, nephews all over the globe. Some of them are in the industry. A lot of them are not. But even with that, their parents are fully aware of what's going on with them. And I think sometimes when these child actors are put into a position where they're taking care of their family, they're paying the mortgage bill. They're taking care and make sure mama gets that new car. Family vacations. That's a lot of pressure for a kid. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of... It was eye-opening, and it did taint a lot of memories that I have of these shows. And, I mean, if you haven't already watched it and you're deciding to watch it, be prepared to get your heart broken. Because that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. And I really have no other words for it. It's just a sad situation to unfold. The fact that this person, and the thing about it is, okay, Dan Snyder, yes, he allowed certain things on set. There were pedophiles on set, multiple pedophiles dealing with children and all these things. And he made a point to say, hey, these scripts, these themes were passed hand to hand with network executives. People approve this stuff, y'all. And I agree with them on that. Absolutely. It did pass hand to hand, and they did read these things, and they saw these themes, and whatever the case is, they did. However, he is the person that put these ideas to paper. And he is the person that undoubtedly was the mastermind behind a lot of this stuff. Ariana Grande, Jamie Lynn Spears, they were showing clips, y'all. And that generation of Nickelodeon was kind of after I was watching Nickelodeon. This is beyond my teen years. So I was aware of a lot of these shows, but I wasn't watching them. It wasn't programming for me. And I'd kind of grown out of it, but I was aware that these shows were happening, but I never watched these shows. And for them to show clips of the things that they were made to do on screen, it was jarring. I could not believe some of the stuff that these young adults, these teenagers, these kids essentially, preteens even, were made to do on screen. And it was approved. I don't know. At the end of all this, like I said, I pray that this is a warning for the next generation of children actors, children stars. I pray for all those affected. I pray that they get healing at some point. That even though this was a very big and just traumatic situation to unfold in the public, I pray that they get healing. Because no one deserves to be treated like that. None. They even talked about the racism on set. I knew that was coming. A few of the Black actors talked about their experiences on set. And it's a little triggering for me just because of my background and my history. A lot of that stuff is very triggering for me because I dealt with a lot of discrimination when I moved to the South. A lot. And I remember being that scared 6-year-old girl and being essentially helpless. Being helpless. And these kids are supporting their families financially. So there's a lot of pressure to continue, to keep going, to make those things happen. And I hope that they get healing. I hope that they see peace, because no kid should ever have to go through what I watched these kids go through in this documentary. It was just absolutely earth-shattering. And I hope that parents out there, if you've got your kids in the industry if you're not already on top of what's happening with your kid, who's around your kid, what's being told to your kid, you need to get on it, because there are predators everywhere. They're not just predators for people and for young adults. They're predators for your children, for your babies. And you need to be aware of it. One thing with Donna Teresa, she did not play when it came to us. When it came to her 3 babies, are you crazy? We could not spend the night over anyone's. We couldn't go to somebody else's house without her meeting the parent, the responsible party that was going to be there the entire time. And if she even got a whiff that this person was not A1, we didn't spend that weekend. We wasn't hanging at their house. Absolutely not. We were not doing that at all. So, mind your children, y'all. Because these predators, they're getting more and more creative every day. So that's my little talk. I know it's not typical of me to get melodramatic, but I feel like kids are not protected. There's so many things that happen in this industry, and children are not being protected. So be aware and all the things. But I appreciate you guys for listening. My little rant today. I thank you for all your love and support. And I want to say that each and every one of you, I want you to have a good, purposeful, precious, and peaceful week ahead. I love you guys. And until next time.